laboratory one. Measurement system. So traditional use to measure physical and electrical quantities such as mass, temperature, pressure, capacitance, and voltage often made a part of the control system. So, ang measurement system po natin ay ginagamit to quantify electrical quantities and physical quantities. So electrical, meron po tayong 7 standard measurement. Nandiyan ang length, time, mass, length, time, mass, power, length, time, volume, length, time, mass, power, volume, uh, radians, and temperature. No, so often made part of a control system. So ano ba pag sinabi nating measurement system? Pag measurement system, it is the standard of measurement that we are using. And here in our society, we have a two most common type of measurement system. The first one is the SI measurement and the second one is the English unit. No, so sa SI system natin, sir, wala naman dyan yung mga ano. Ari kasi nakasummarize na, so nag-a-add up na lang si sir. So sa SI unit natin, isang araw, noong, anong taon yon? 1700s, no? 17th century. Itong mga mathematician at saka ang ating mga scientist, nagkakagulo. Sabi ng scientist na si Ernest at saka si Ernest kasi nakatira sa Korea. Si Lucelle nakatira sa Korea din, pero North. Si John Jeremy nakatira sa sa Malaysia. Si Abniel nakatira sa Pampanga. Ano ka lapit? Tapos yung isa din kanina yung nakatira sa Italy. Then we also have other one from Egypt. So all of them publish books itself. They have their own books. They have their own scientific discovery and calculation. But when those books are read by the other nationality or by the other countries, they got confused because we do not have any standard measurement system or any standard process of quantifying things. So, Lucelle provided English system, Ernest provided SI system, Claudine provided the Roman system. So, they are confused. So, one day, Edsel, the head of the Society of Scientists and Mathematicians, gathered the scientists and mathematicians in Paris. No, they are in Paris and they have a session where when they had the standardization of this measurement, and that is the System International de Units. System International de Units, or what we known as the SI units right now. 'Di ba? If you are going to identify SI unit, International System of Measurement, dapat IS. SI means System International. That's why it's SI. And the other counterpart is the English system, which English system is already established way before the SI system. Now, so this measurement system, it is set and standardized so that all the quantifiable measurement is in unison for for the whole world itself. Okay? But sir, how do we come up with each measurement? For the English measurement, it is easy. It is only the measurement from the king, then distributed to all the people that he is ruling. Then that's the measurement. Example, 1 inch. What is 1 inch? 1 inch, it is the thumb of the king. Yeah, thumb of the king. This is 1 inch. This is from the thumb of the king. Sir, 1 span. 1 span from the length of the arms of the king. 1 foot from the foot of the king. So it is standardized from the measurement of the king. And speaking of measurement, let me try if you still know some of the measurement unit we have. Let me try si bunot tayo. Oh. Sige, dinin muna tayo kay na Junel. Janwel. Junel. Janwel. Let me see if you still remember the conversion from the measurement. So let me have 1 fathom to feet. How many fathoms are
Sir, ano
there?
po yun?
How many feet are there in 1 fathom? Dali, pindot, search.
Fathom.
Fathom to feet.
Hindi po.
Let's try Hero.
6 feet po yata.
Yeah, very good. That is 6 feet. 1 fathom is equal to 6 feet. Let me hear from Edsel Angeles.
Yes po, sir.
Please convert 1,000 kilogram per meter cube to pound mass per feet cube.
Sir, paulit po nung sa una po.
Please convert 1,000 kilogram mass per meter cube to pound mass per feet cube.
Wait lang po, sir.
So yung sinabi ko, that is just the density of water. So density of water in SI unit is 1,000 kilogram per meter cube. What I am asking is, what is the density of water in pound mass per feet cube or slug per feet cube? Or in English unit?
62.4 po.
Oh, mali agad. Let's try Dave Simon. What is the density of water in English unit? Hindi natanda. Ayos lang. Let's have Lucel De Castro. What is the density of water in English unit?
Sir, pwede ko pong kunin ang calcio ko muna.
Yes, you may po. Siya, while waiting. How many pounds are there in 1 kip? John Jeremy. Pakita mong taga San Jose ka, John. How many pounds, pound force are there in 1 kip?
Ano po, 1,000 po ata.
Very good. 1,000 is equal to 1 kip. 1,000 pound force is equal to 1 kip. Let's have, sabi ka, Luzela, if you're ready.
Sir, ano nga po ulit yung English?
Slug per feet cube ang unit natin. Can I hear from Regen Jake Mendoza? Regen. Idol, would you mind converting for me 1 US gallon to liters? 1 US gallon to liters?
Wait na, sir. Calculate ka.
Uy, wait lang, para may class suspension na ulit bukas. Go ahead, Luzel.
Sir, 1.93945421.8 po.
Very good. Or simply 1.94 slug per feet cube. That is the density of water in English unit. What have Dave given earlier? I think it's Dave. The 62.4, that is the specific weight of water in English unit. Nasan si ano? Si Regian. No, US gallon to liter.
Hindi po ako sure pero kasi yung answer sa conversion ko is 2.2.
Ano po, idol?
2.28 sa calculations.
2.28. Medyo malayo, idol. Let me have Niña Bizcocho.
Ano po, 3.7854 po.
Okay, 3.7854. Mukha namang naalala pa rin naman ng ating measurement. So let's continue po. One moment. Bukas po ay suspended ulit ang klase. Tayo po ay magkakaroon ulit ng modular or online classes. Okay. So calibration. So calibration is the process of configuring an instrument to provide a result for a sample within the acceptable range. So si calibration, it is just configuration. The other term is configuration and making the result within the acceptable range. It implies observing the instrument's performance when it measures a standard of some sort. For calibration, let us first talk about accuracy and precision. Si Idol, let me have Samuel Cueto.
Dito po sa
Idol,
yung accuracy and
what
precision.
have you remembered about accuracy and precision? What is accuracy and what is precision?
Yung accuracy po for me is yung parang kung gaano po kalapit yung value, and then yung precision po is parehas. Ang precision po ay parang parang ganun din po kung gaano kalapit or kalayo po yung isang value.
Kung gaano kalapit or kalayo ang isang value. So let us imagine the accuracy and precision, okay? So I have here a hole. Correct hole, not wrong hole. Okay? So this is a hole and I will try to, and these are, I have 3 balls. Bakit hole? Dapat ano na lang. Let's change. I have here a dartboard. Dartboard. This is a dartboard. Don't imagine anything. Okay, this is a dartboard. Do not question me. Yan. She may not like my answer. Okay. All right. So this is a dartboard and I will play dart. Okay? Then I have 3, anong tawag dun sa ganun? 3
Pins po, sir.
pins. Okay. I have 3 pins. So when we say accuracy, it is having the target at the exact size. No? That is accurate. No? Dito tumama yung aking pin. That is accurate. When we say precise, I have 3 trials. Lahat tumama dito sa gitna, then I am precise. Tumama ang isa, ang dalawa hindi, I am 1/3 precise. Okay? So accuracy, we are only looking on one pin, while precision, we are looking on multiple trials. And when it comes to calibration, in calibration, we are aiming to have that accuracy. So that when we have those multiple trials, we are in precision. Okay? So it can normally be assumed that a new instrument will have been calibrated when it is obtained from an instrument manufacturer and will therefore initially behave according to the characteristics stated in a specification. During use, however, its behavior will gradually diverge from the stated specification for a variety of reasons, including mechanical wear, effect of dirt, dust, fumes, and chemicals in the operating environment. And one of the major thing that we are looking specifically on your... Kakatakot yung nasa likod ni Batas. Tao gayan?
Ano po, helmet ko po, tas pantalon ko po.
Oh, teka lang, may nakalutang eh. Alright, so when you are having your thesis, one of the major thing that we are looking specifically when you are doing new machine is first is the calibration, then the basis on how we could say that it is working properly. So the calibration, for example, you need a weighing scale, for just a random example, a weighing scale. So how many times before we need to calibrate it? How do we calibrate it? And what is the basis for the calibration? How would you say that it is already calibrated? What is your standard? So that is something that we are always looking specifically on your thesis. So when you will be having your thesis next semester, so you will also need to take into consideration calibration. But what are the reasons for losing this accuracy or for the requirement of calibration? All of the machine have the mechanical wear. Good example is elevators. So elevators, up, down, up, down, up, down. The ropes from your machine design 1, I think, or machine design 2. Rope is machine design 2. So there could be a wear and tear. So once there is a slight tear or wear on one of the ropes of an elevator, all the ropes should be replaced as soon as possible. Another one on the pumps or on any rotating machine, the wear is always present because of the rotation and the frictional force. That's why we have the lubrication. No? Sino naglo-lubrication dito? Kunwari sa bike, sa motor, tawag si DBR yata naglo-lubrication. Then the effects of dirt, dust, fumes, and chemicals. Kaya it's really difficult to use a pump in a liquid form or in a liquid system because of the dirt that it could affect the machine itself. Another thing is the dust, fumes, chemicals, and the operating environment. Let's say your thermostat or your thermal sensors. When it is already covered with fumes, dust, and dirt, it will not function properly anymore. So you need to recalibrate or replace it already. So that is the importance of calibration. The rate of divergence from the standard specifications varies according to the type of instrument, the frequency of usage, and the severity of the operating conditions. However, there will come a time determined by practical knowledge when the characteristic of the instrument will have drifted from a standard specification by an acceptable amount. For example, is your laptops. Hanggang kailan lang itatagal ng laptop mo? Ay araw-araw ka nang nanood ng K-drama. Or you always use it on your SolidWorks, AutoCAD. Then you could already calculate, 5 taon lang to. 4 na taon lang to. No. At that time, the specification or the quality of your product or your equipment is not the same as it was on the first hand. No. Nung una mong nahawakan or nung una mong ginamit. So, you could notice, oy, bumabagal na, ay, naglalag na. So, at that time, it might be needing some calibration or some cleaning na. No, pumupurol na kumbaga. When this situation is reached, it is necessary to recalibrate the instrument back to standard specification. Parang sa relasyon, just like in the relationship, when you are having too much fight within a certain period, maybe after a year, then you should go back where you start. Ba't nga ba minahal ko to? Uy, sala si sir, pa iba na ang kwentuhan. Ba't nga ba minahal ko to? So you are just recalibrating the relationship itself. Bumabalik tayo sa standard. We are going back to standard. We are going back where we came from. We are going back. Bakit nga ba? No? Why do I buy this phone? Because of the camera. But after 10 years, is the camera still the same when I was on the first year of using it? So maybe I need a recalibration or a replacement already. So sa relasyon, you will just ask, do you need a recalibration or a replacement already? But the sad scenario, you already have the replacement before you recalibrate. That's wrong. Such recalibration is performed by adjusting the instrument at each point in the inputs range until the output readings are the same as those of the second standard instrument to which same input are applied. The second instrument is one cab solely for calibration process, so specifications are accurately known. Measurand. When we say measurand, it is the property of the physical, it is the property or the physical property that being measured. Ano yung mini-measure natin? Is it the weight? Is it the length? Is it the time? Is it the temperature? Is it the irradiance? Is it the volume? So that is the measurand. So if we say measurand, it is the property that we are measuring. Tolerance. Tolerance is the term that is closely related to accuracy and defines the maximum error that is to be expected in some value. Tolerance, positive, negative 2, positive, negative 10. No, so we could still say that it is accurate until it's positive, negative 10 plus 10 minus 10. So that range is still in tolerance or in range. Accuracy. Dito pala, diniscuss na rin ng accuracy and precision. So just a moment. Let's have 5-minute water break po. 5 minute lang mga idol.
Good afternoon po, sir. Sorry po na late present po. Nasa biyahe lang po.
Naku, sabi ni Lucel, pag na-late magta-talent kahit nasa biyahe.
Unless, sir, wala po akong talent.
Kahit isang maybe this time lang.
Hindi po ako na, sir.
Let's continue. So accuracy refers to the closeness of a measured value to a standard or known value pinakamalapit. Now, it is a description of a systematic error as this causes a difference between a result and a true value. In International Organization for Standardization in English and the Organisation Internationale de Normalisation in French, it is also called as the trueness of the value. For example, we are having exam. Then you ask me, sir, the answer is different with a point something something something. If it is only 4 decimal unit different or in the 5th decimal unit different, then I could say it is accepted on my standard. But if not, then that is already wrong. So the trueness of the answer is how it is close to the true answer. And the true answer, it is provided by the ISO or the International Organización Internacional de Normalización. ISO defines accuracy as describing a combination of both types of observational errors above random and systematic. So high accuracy requires both high precision and high trueness. So high precision, multiple times, same result. Almost the same result. Kahit po ulit-ulitin, even you repeat it multiple times, you still obtain the same result. That's precision. And trueness, even one try, you get the closest to the true value. Trueness. In practice, it is more usual to quote that inaccuracy or measurement uncertainty value rather than the accuracy value for an instrument. Inaccuracy or measurement uncertainty is the extent to which reading might be wrong, and it's often quoted as a percentage of the full-scale reading of an instrument. And as a mechanical engineer, being accurate and certain on our measurement is really important. For example, in piping and design. So in piping, each pipe, each valve, each fittings that you are using affects on the velocity and pressure of a fluid. If you miscalculate it, there is a chance that the water cannot go through to the location that we needed. In elevator system, if you designed or you have a miscalculation or inaccuracy, maybe the 10 person capacity could be only 9 or 8. In a power plant, a single misaccuracy or a single inaccuracy could result to a blown up power plant. So that is how important accuracy in our field, specifically in engineering. Precision, repeatability, and reproducibility. Iba naman si reproductibility. Lagi nang doon papunta. Si Sir naman. Alright. So precision, repeatability, and reproducibility. So precision. Precision is the description of... I'm sorry. In my class pala, you could eat. Alam na pala yun na Samuel. Pwede kayong kumain. Even in our face-to-face, you could bring samgyup. You could have boodle fight there. No worries. Oo. Pwede kayong mag-ihaw sa loob ng klase. No worries. But as long as I called you, you will answer. Okay? At syempre, pag humingi kami, mamigay naman kayo. Baka gutom din kami. So ngayon, kung gusto nyong kumuha ng kape, if you want to get some coffee, some tea, some matcha, ano pong pwede? Gusto nyo kumuha ng cake, ng kanin, ulam, you may. Just go back and listen again. You may eat while I'm discussing. No worries. Gusto nyo mag-cellphone right now? No worries. Sa face-to-face, you could bring your cellphone, laptop, tablet, but don't play games while I'm on class. Okay? Kung pwede daw po Yes, you can! We are going to try while you are trying to have your ME lab or your laboratory experiment. Yes. If you are going to use sayang nga on the fluid mechanics, they have their fluid density. No one bring liquor, so we try. Just joking. But kunwari nagiinom kayo ngayon or naglolomi, that's fine with me. As long as I call you, you will answer. Okay? Mapapalaban ng baldanog. What's baldanog, Idol Aljon? Baldanog. What's baldanog? Uy, para akong konyo. Alam.
Lambanog, sir, na nakakabalda. Kaya baldanog.
Baldanog. Yung kayo may babad na may babad na langka. Hindi. It's a different one.
Yun pa. Aba, hindi, sir, lang ka.
Ano? Ahas.
Buto lang,
Ahas,
sir.
o kaya ay prutas.
Prutas.
Ubas, yan, sir.
Hindi ko kasi alam yan. Hindi ko pa natitikman. Baka naman makakatikim. Joke lang. So let's continue. Precision refers to the closeness of two or more measurement to each other. It is also described as instrument degree of freedom from random errors. Okay? I-try mo ng 3 beses. In your thesis, you will always have 3 trials. Why 3? Because we need to have the precision. And okay lang humiga, walang problema, Aljon. Pero pag may laway ka na iba na yun, tatayin ka na namin. So, precision, for example, on our laboratory experiment, always 3 trials, mga idol. Okay? So, trial 1, trial 2, trial 3, if all those trials are close to precise or close to accuracy, then your experiment is precise. Repeatability describes the closeness of output readings when the same input is applied repeatedly over a short period of time. With the same measurement condition, same instrument and observer, same location and same condition of use maintained throughout. But again, repeatability is subjective, mga idol. There are some equipments that we could not do the repeatability because of cleaning. Sometimes, machines' precision or accuracy depends also on machine's condition. So repeatability is subjective to the machine's condition. No, may mga machine na kailangan talaga nating linisin muna bago gamitin ulit. Reproducibility is described as the closeness of output readings for the same input when there are changes in the method. Nagbago lang ng konting method, still the same result. Reproducibility. Okay? Errors in measurement. The instrument is not calibrated and has an offset. Sir, what is offset? May kaunting discrepancy. No, for example, Ninya. Si Ninya ay nagtimbang. Ninya, what is your weight?
Di ko na po sure 43 po ata. 45.
Isasama na at sana kita kay Alice Gu. I forgot, Your Honor. Hindi ko na po sure Your Honor. Joke lang, Ninya. Pero Pilipino ka naman, Ninya.
Opo.
Kala ka salamin kasi. Kala ka si Alice ko. Uy, joke lang. Baka magalit si Alice. Alright. So, kunwari, ang timbang din niya is 45. No? Okay lang ba ang 45 or mabigat sa yung 45?
Okay lang po.
Okay lang po. So, kunwari nagtimbang, for example, niya weighs 45 in our weighing scale number 1. But in weighing scale number 2, she only weighs 38. So the first instrument shows 45, but the second instrument shows only 38. We have an offset of 7 kilogram. So how could we identify which one is true? We are going to use calibration technique. The first calibration technique is we are going to use those material with the standard weight. Do you know the old measuring system? So they have, let me draw. All right. So the old measuring system, they have the 2 plates. Then we have this one joint like that. Tama ba? No. I'm sorry. Yeah. All right. Do you know this one? The old measuring type. So we are using some material with the standard weight. So this can also used for our calibration, even on the new weighing scale, on the new type of weighing scale or the new devices, just to make sure that the weighing scale is measuring correct. Because our example earlier showing we have a 7 kilogram offset. The first instrument shows 45 kilogram, but the second shows 38 kilogram. But it is still Ninya. Ano yun? Pagbaba ni Ninya, gumaan si Ninya. Para siyang si Angeles na nagkapakpak. Lumipad. Pero kalahati lang ang katawan. Ay, manananggalo pala. sorry. Kaya pala gawaan. So, that is the offset. The difference between the calibrated or the standard and the trueness of the value. Reading uncertainty due to the presence of random noise. Kunwari ang sabi ni Sir Rian, maghugas ka nga ng pinggan. Please wash the dishes. Please wash the dishes. Tapos sabi ni Jeremy, sige po, ako nang bibili. So there is already an uncertainty of the answer from the question. For example, because of the random noise, no, hindi niya nare-receive na tama. That could be an error in measurement. Example, we are measuring the trueness of the answer of a certain person. We ask, what is the content of the Isang Kaibigan book and how many books are to produce? But you will answer, stop politicizing me. She may not like my answer. She may not like the way I answer. This is, Your Honor, a way of but you are not answering the question itself. So how can we measure the trueness? So that could be an error in measurement. And another one, if the receiver do not know what to receive. Okay. Nagsukat ng damit. Someone measures body physique. Okay, we measure the chest part of Aljon. Measure the chest part. We measure the shoulder. We measure the height. We measure the sleeve part. No, we are measuring the sleeve, but Samuel provided the measurement of the chest part. We are measuring the chest part, but Samuel provided the measurement of the length of the dress. So that is already also considered as the random noise. The receiver do not know what to receive, or the sender do not know what to send. And that could be an error in measurement. Kunwari, square. Sabi natin, sige, let us try. Some of you. So this is a rectangle. So the rectangle is composed of a length and a height. Okay, let's say this part is 4 meters and this part, let's say 10 meters. Let me hear from I would like to hear from Adam. Adham. Adham.
Hello, sir.
Adham, what is the length of this square? I'm sorry, I'm not sharing. What is the length of this square?
Length 10.
You say 10.
Yes, sir.
And what is the height?
4.
4. How do you say so that the length is 10?
Because the 4 is like going up,
Mm-hmm.
and the 10 is like a wide of the height, something like that.
Oh, okay. Because the 4 is in vertical or going upward, while the 10 is in horizontal or the one leaning. Okay? Thank you, Idol. Let me have... I want to hear from Trisha Ann Manalo.
Hello
Trisha
po.
Ann? Idol Trisha.
Hello po.
Hi, Idol. Which is the length and which is the height?
Ano po, ang height po ay yung 10 po, tapos ang length po ay yung 4 po.
How do you say so?
Kagaya po na sinabi ni Adam po na 10 po ay parang pa-upward po, pataas, tapos ang 4 naman po ay nakahiga po, horizontal.
Okay. Thank you so much. But when we base it on the geometrical ISO, length is always the longer. Because the positioning of, if we say geometrically, the positioning of this element or this shape doesn't matter at all. So the longer will be the length. But you are still correct, Trisha and Adham. Because when we are looking on the diagram, because we have the position, we could say the height is the 10 because it's the one going upward. But if I am asking and I am waiting for an answer that is based on the geometrical and this not including the basis of the position, then I will still say the length is 10. So that is the reading uncertainty. No. So the receiver may receive differently from the sender, or the sender sends differently with the receiver. Okay, so both of you are correct, but I would like to emphasize that what if I am basing it on the geometrical ISO? Okay, so let's have number 3, reading the instrument before it has reached its steady state. Ano? Fluid flow. Fluid is constantly moving. You try to measure its velocity. But the velocity changes because the flow of the fluid is turbulent. Ay, hindi pa pala nagpo-plumic ang iba. Pero that is basic physics naman, no? Turbulent. So on that part, as long as the thing that we are measuring is not on its steady point, the measurement changes. Another example, when you are in fever. Shaina.
Sir.
How is John Lloyd? Joke. Okay.
What the hell?
Okay. Shaina, have you been had you nagkalagnat ka na ba?
Yes, sir.
Have you had a fever? Had you had a fever? You. Okay, nagkalagnat ka na ba? Okay.
Yes po.
So, have you tried to measure your temperature in the morning, in lunch, and in afternoon?
Nung bata po ako.
When you were a child. So, do you remember, is there a difference measuring your temperature in morning, lunch, and afternoon?
Depende po sir kapag nag-aayos po yung pakiramdam.
Ah,
Pero di ko pa napapansin yun. Bata pa po ako nun.
pasensya na ito nila. Nakalungkat ako ng kabataan. my apologies. All right. So I would like just to insist or to input that for example in morning we have a different body temperature. In lunch we have a higher body temperature, and in the afternoon we have again a lower body temperature because our body is relevant or related to the surrounding. Okay? So our body temperature is also dependent on the surrounding itself. So if we are going to measure something, specifically temperature in different set of time, it will also provide a different quantity or measurement. And that could also in unsteady point. And what is our steady point? So just like air conditioning and our body, steady point is around 2 p.m. Why? It is the hottest period of time where you could measure the hottest measurement on your body. So if you're going to measure, ay, nag-alarm ako alas das na temperature. Just a joking. Okay? So reading instrument before it has reached its steady point. Another one. Okay, this is a good one. I would like you to try to measure your height in morning after you wake up. Height ang may measure ha, baka kung anong i-measure. To measure your height in the morning when you wake up, and also measure your height after a whole day of walking or after the whole day at school. Do you know that it is showing different measurement? This is why. Let me share something. This is our foot. Okay. At the morning, it shows like this. Okay? At the morning. So it shows the regular measurement. Because when we are asleep, our foot is having no pressure at all. But when you look at this after a whole day of walking, you will see that there is a change in the height of your foot. Because it is compressed or the force is felt the whole day. And your height changes. So different time will result to different height. Height ha ang susukatin. Alright? Then, let's have number 4. Mistakes in recording measured data and in calculating a derived measurand. Sir, what is a derived measurand? So a derived measurand, it's just a combination of the basic measurements. For example, is area, which is length and length, combination. Velocity, which is a length and time. So combination of length and time, length over time. Another one, let's have volume. So length in cube. Akala ko inatungga na siya na ng isang beer. Yung pagkakatugay parang kasunod na pulutan ako siya. Just joking. All right. So mistakes in recording measurement, for example, we measure time and we measure the distance traveled. But the distance traveled that we measure is not exact with the time that the person traveled that certain distance. Then our velocity will change. Let me draw. All right. So this is our distance. Distance 1. Of course, we should measure here at time number 1. So time number 1 is from point A up to point B. But what if you only click the timer at this point? So the distance, that would be constant, but the time changes. So therefore, when we look for the velocity, which is distance over time, then this could be inaccurate. This could be not correct. Because there is still a discrepancy, an error. You did not measure at the exact start of the distance traveled. Measurement units. Magnitude of measurements are typically given in terms of a specific unit. In surveying, the most commonly used unit define quantities of length or distance, area, volume, horizontal or vertical angles. The two systems used for specifying units of measure are English and metric systems. Unit in the English systems are historical units of measurement used in medieval England, which evolved from Anglo-Saxon and Roman systems. So from the Anglo-Saxons, or from the persons believing that the sun is God, and from the Roman system, believing in the Roman gods, combined, used in medieval England, we have obtained the English system of unit. The metric system is decimalized of a system of measurement developed in France in the late 18th century. Katulad ng kwento kanina ni Sir, nagsama-sama. The people around the world come together at France in the 18th century and have this system, the International de Units, or also known as the International System of Units, or the SI units. Iyan. So the definition of standard units, we have the length. The length, the standard unit of length is what we call as the meter. Okay. So length, path traveled by land in an interval of 1 in every 2,999,792,458 seconds. Daig pa ang budget ng OVP na na-disqualified ng COA. Dahil bahala na siya. Okay. So the meter or length, so ang length daw is first defined as the measurement of how light traveled in every second. Okay? So, ang length natin, it's not measured in a solid matter, but on a phase, which is light. No? So, kaya tayo, that's why we have the distance of Earth from the Sun, which in a light speed. Also, distance of Earth from the Moon, which is considered as length. For mass, kilogram, the mass of a platinum iridium cylinder kept in the International Bureau of Weights and Measure, Sèvres, Paris. So this is the platinum iridium. So this is a rare element that is stored in Paris, which is the standard of the unit mass or the kilogram. Second, so 9.19263,177 times 10 raised to 9 cycles of radiation from the vaporized cesium-133, an accuracy of 1 in 10 raised to 12 or 1 second in 36,000 years. Again, so second is also from an experiment of a certain element. And I think if I'm not mistaken, there is only 1,000 years left before that element will be inaccurate of 0.0000, yan, 10 raised to 9.1. So currently, it's still accurate. Yun yung nagiging standard natin for time. Kaya meron tayong world time where we calibrate our phone time, clock time, laptop time. So that's the world time. That is based on this vaporized cesium 133. So vaporized cesium 133, so that is the name of that element. Okay? So temperature degrees, temperature difference between absolute 0 Kelvin and the triple point of water is defined as 273.16 Kelvin. What is absolute 0 Kelvin? Do we have an absolute 0 Kelvin? 3 saan manalo? From Thermo 1. Do we have a 0 Kelvin?
No po.
No. Bakit po no? Sige nga, idol, Aljon. Pakita mong Aljon ka. Ibigay mo sa akin ang 4 laws of thermodynamics.
First law is law of conservation of energy. Second law po is wait lang, nalimutan ko, sir.
Okay lang. Sige, tandaan nyo yung law about sa degree of randomness, where perfect entropy should have also 0 absolute pressure, and that cannot be achieved. I think that's the third law. So wala po tayong 0 Kelvin. Hindi pa natin nararating yung 0 Kelvin. Pero meron tayong 0 degree Celsius. O paglagay natin, negative 273. So impossible yung negative 273. Pwede pa mag-negative. No? Kasi naka-absolute po tayo. Absolute. So positive values only. Okay? Then, for example is negative 32. So plus 273, then that is already 241.16 Kelvin. So we have 273.15, 273, either or will work naman. Current. Pag sinabing current or in ampere, 1 ampere is the current flowing through two infinitely long parallel conductor, negligible cross-section placed 1 meter apart in vacuum, and producing a force of 2 times 10 raised to negative 7 newtons per meter length of conductor. Pag sinabi po natin current, this is the flow of energy. But it is in a experiment or scientific experiment situation just to measure 1 ampere. This is the condition. The condition to show 1 ampere is there must be a current flowing through 2 infinitely long parallel conductors of negligible cross-section place. So this is the laboratory setup to measure 1 ampere. Luminosity or candela or irradiance. 1 candela is the luminous intensity in the given direction from a source emitting monochromatic radiation at a frequency of 540 terahertz. So candela, if you could remember what is candela? Kandila. Kandila came from the word candela, which means luminosity or light. Candela or light. And with a radiant density in the direction of 1.4641 megawatt per sturgeon. 1 sturgeon is a solid angle which having its vertex at the center of the sphere cuts of an area of the sphere surface equal to that of a square with a side of length equal to the sphere of radius. So parang sa part na to, it's just the reflection from a sphere of the light to travel. No? So that is luminosity. And matter in terms of mole. Number of atoms in a 0.012 kilogram mass of carbon, which is 12. Number of moles. Nakapagod naman. Length. So length, English unit natin, 1 foot, 12 inches, 1 yard, 3 feet, 1 rod, 5.5 yards or 16.5 feet, 1 chain, 4 rods, 66 feet or 100 links, 1 furlong is 10 chains, 40 rods is 660 feet, 1 mile is 8 furlongs, 80 chains, 320 rods, 1760 yards, 5 to 80 feet. Metric units natin, 1 meter, 1,000 millimeter, centimeter, decimeter, meter, 4 decameter, hectometer, and kilometer. English to metric, 1 meter, 39.37 inch, 1 meter, 3.28 feet, 281. 1 feet is 0.3048 meters, 1 mile is 1.6094 kilometers. Area, 1 square meter, okay na yan, English unit. Okay. And for these conversions, on our next meeting, I think we are face-to-face, correct? We will be having our first quiz agad, no? So our first quiz, it's just conversion. So madali lang naman on our next meeting po. Then we are going to discuss all of this after that first quiz. Kung saan nagkamali at kung saan tumama. So siguro alam na ni na Samuel, ni na pwede kayo humingi ng clue kung saan nakuha si Sir ng conversion factor. No? So on our next meeting, we will be also discussing pressure measurement. So parang advance lang to ng inyong FLUMEC, pressure measurement. Okay? So for now, I will be ending our class. We still have 1 hour, so I'll provide you that 1 hour. But please prepare for our first quiz on our next meeting, which is conversions only. Basic, no? Alam nyo naman ang conversions. So everyone, thank you so much. Any question first? Clarifications? Violent reaction? If there will be nothing else, tomorrow will be again an online class for the rest of your subjects. So everyone, thank you so much and have a very nice day. Goodbye mga idol. Happy dinner.
Goodbye po, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you po.
Thank you po.